Hey everybody, my name is Tommy and this is my channel, Counting on the Big Sleep. It is a Monday early morning. Had to get up early this morning. I am sitting at the woods and we are contemplating some ideas and stuff. And I wanted to know, exactly, hey, if you watch this video, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think about things? You know? Out here, I live in Illinois, but if I go to Indiana, I can get gas for $3.75, which is a lot cheaper than in Illinois. I've seen it as high as $4.29 in Illinois, and Kankakee area, I've seen it for about $4.15. The lowest I've seen in Illinois is about 14. So gases are a little up and down, but in Indiana, if you go to the more shadier part of town, as you could say, the more poorer neighborhoods, you'll see the gas price is like around $3.75, and that's pretty good. I mean, it sucks that the gas went up, but it is what it is. It is what it is until you make it different. I always hated that saying, "It is what it is," because you're the one who can decide what it is. It is. If you don't like the way the outcome is, you can change it. You can change it. But we're just sitting there thinking about, passing down genes and stuff, and traits to other people, and where we come from, and how we evolved into what we are today. I'm still not really understanding. I wish there was a way we could access memories of our past generations and stuff. What our forefathers, what they thought. Experience their experiences. I was listening to Neil Tyson DeGrasse, the scientist guy, and he was talking about, when you die, your energy, transforms into something else. Basically, it keeps going on, and that you may, when you die, just jump to your alternate lifeline where you didn't die and continue into that, which I thought was kind of interesting. I'm not a big multiverse believer. To think that every possible outcome could happen, that's just too many. Too many for me. But it certainly is possible. I have no idea what happens when you pass away. I do believe it'll be okay. It'll be fine, because everyone's going to go through it, and everything in this world will go through it. From the birds to the trees to the grass to the water, to the earth itself. Eventually, will die. But I am sitting at the woods today, enjoying, early morning. House was getting inspected today, so I had to get up early and make sure everything was clean. And so the guy came in, so he took pictures of the house. They're trying to do I think like an FHA loan, some sort, to rehab the house, which is cool. The guy I live with, he owns a few houses. He's a good guy. Good guy. I rent a room in his house with a few other people, which is fine. We all pretty much, all of us, mostly get along. There's a couple people in there that don't get along very well, but that is up to them too, how they want to get along. I try and be nice to everyone when I'm there. But yeah, I was thinking about death and dying, because I'm 58. How do I want to spend the remaining years? I am going to have to wind up living, just basically on Social Security. And I'm hoping I can work part-time when I start collecting. I'm 58 now, and I'm going to be 59 in a few months. And, I'm starting to think about, hey, how do I want to, wind down my life? Thinking about, if I could save enough money, maybe try out in Tucson, Arizona. I'm from Illinois. I grew up here. I love Illinois, but winters can be cold, and I'm getting too old, to deal with the cold weather. I think I would rather deal with the heat and the warmth and stuff. But yeah, it's a beautiful day out today. What is today? Monday. Have to take my kid to physical therapy in about 4 or 5 hours. I wanted to get up and I'll show you what I'm looking at out here, because I'm over by the lake. Just a beautiful, gorgeous day. Beautiful, gorgeous day. Oh, let's see. I can show you more, but the window's in the way. I love going to the forest preserves. I do. It's nice and peaceful and tranquil. It's a beautiful day out today. And I am more than grateful for the time that I've had here. Even though it was good, the good times and the bad times, I am grateful I got to experience life. And I know my life isn't over. I still got some time left. So I'm trying to figure out, how do I want to spend, the remaining years of my life. I know I will be living off of just Social Security. Probably won't be that much. I'm gonna have to downsize. Definitely downsize. That's what I'm thinking about. Arizona. At least it'll be warm. Downsize there. Get maybe like a tiny house or a trailer, or hell, man, maybe even a minivan. Do a minivan through my retirement. There's no guarantee how long I'm gonna live. If I live to 68, I feel like I'm gonna be extremely lucky. Because most of my family members have died in their 50s and 60s. Except for my mother, she lived to be 84. When they say the good die young, man, I'm surprised she didn't live to 100. No, she was a good lady, not very well educated. Had tough breaks. She had a rough life. She did, definitely. And I pray that that she is in a better place and at peaceful with her sisters and stuff. And and that are just peaceful. I have no idea what happens when you die. Who knows? But that's about all I wanted to come on today and say. I'm still making videos. Nobody's really watching them, but hell, I'm gonna keep making videos and try and make some things that are entertaining. So you guys have a good day. I hope you had a good Easter, and you take care. Bye.